10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
This vehicle makes wide left turns. You see the real reason I'm in this alligator business. For the glory of doing this. It's priceless. And it is hot. My goodness. All right, well, we made it back with the cane reed, but that was just step one of cutting the cane reeds. We've got to take them, get in the shade here, and I'm going to trim them. You have to trim all these extra leaves off of them. The tops of the cane reeds are just used as a pole to hold a bait above the water. The big, thick bottom piece is what we drive where there's no trees to tie off to. So we drive them down real deep in the mud to actually hold the alligator, to pull the alligator line, so you'll have the alligator caught. So I'm just going to unload them, and then I'll go through the operation of how to skin them up, trim them up. I'm going to tie a line on it, tie a hook, and next step is going to be bait them. But we have two hurricane, well, I don't know if hurricane tropical storms heading our way. So the opening of the gator season is officially in jeopardy now. It's supposed to open this coming Wednesday, the 26th, but who's to say what's going to happen? So still have to prepare as if we're going to bait them up Tuesday. So let's unload these, and I'll show you all the rest of the operation. This right here kind of makes you feel like the guy that when you see all these little, in Italian restaurants, they always have a little guy carrying poles on his back, whatever it is. I don't know if it's grape poles or whatever. Kind of what I feel doing this. Looks like that guy. I think there may be a guy on one of the Led Zeppelin albums, if I'm not mistaken, carrying some sticks on his back too. I don't know. Could be the same guy. And I think this is all of the tops, and then we'll take the bottoms. But you have to prepare top and bottom. Trim the leaves. Little knots catch everything. That's what needs to come off. Those little knots that will catch me on everything. You put them in a boat, you want them nice and slick. Just nothing but the pole. No more knots. Now, the thing about these cane reeds is they will last year after year. And as you see, they're green right now, but you have to let them dry in the shade. It can be hot, but if you leave them out in the sun, they're like in joints. And I don't know if the heat, the moisture in them or whatever, but if you let them dry in the sun, they're going to all split, crack, and pop. But if you take them and you let them dry in a shed for a week or two, where it's no sun on them, they'll last you for years. They harden like wood, and I have poles from 4 or 5 years. But if you leave them in the sun, they're only good for a year. So, just a little hint in case y'all want to go in a bamboo business. And have to be careful. It's important not to cane knife yourself. You know, go all the way back, cut yourself. But this is a smaller pole. So they're gonna trim off easier, like so. And cut that one clean off. Eliminate that. So this one's ready. This one will be ready to. Believe it or not, this pole will still hold a big alligator. Bamboo is very strong, and like I said, the gator is going to be pulling against the bottom. He's not going to pull the top of the pole. He's pulling the very bottom of the pole, and they're not going to get this out at all. You could actually, if you have no trees and no poles, you can actually take the marsh grass and ball the marsh grass up, just ball it real tight, and tie that rope to the marsh grass. A big alligator won't pull that off. Believe it or not, I know guys, that's just how they do it, but I always pull them. It's just my mode of operation here. But you don't want to tie it way up on the top where the alligator will lean it and he just takes your pole, and then you've lost everything, gator and pole. So that's a bad deal. Don't seem wise swinging a cane knife at yourself like that, but you might end up with some good ambulance footage. I doubt it. Hope not. There we go, close. All right. Okay, let's see here. Oh, look, I did. Told you, possible ambulance footage. You can't be no sissy doing this. you shouldn't be a dummy either, but hey, it's just all part of it. Probably a nice good set of gloves would help me out. There's a lot of steps to the operation. This is one of the first ones. Thank my buddy Johnny Boy for the cane reed. See the bamboo king, he's got a big old pile in the backyard. Most people that have bamboo, they're glad. If you ask them if you can have one, they say take them all if you want. It's kind of a nuisance thing. Kind of a nuisance plant, I think, once people get them. I tried to plant them 3 or 4 times, believe it or not, and they would never go. I get them going in a little bucket. I put them out in the edge of the woods, you know, way where it won't be in my way to cut. And they never really took. Once they take, they're tough, but I don't know why. I don't have a green thumb. I kind of got a red thumb now, but that's my own fault. But like I say, it's just part of it. No blood, no stitches, no foul is what we came up on. But I would have nicked my hand quite a few times skinning alligators, no matter how careful you are deboning that much meat and skinning that many. You make contact with the blade eventually. Never bad. Never needed any stitches or anything. Right here, where we do this, these are the big poles. We're going to actually, there's not a tree close by. We're going to plant this deep enough in the marsh to hold the alligator. This is how I did the finger mishap with the cane knife. I wasn't holding it far enough back. So you just kind of go like that. Stop it before you hit your hand. That's all you got to do. I just didn't do it last time. That's it. So the pole is ready. And this pole right here, it will sink. The land that we fish these things on, it's not hard ground. I mean, it's a soft marsh. So you could push this pole on a good 6 feet into the marsh, 7 feet. And so the string is going to be way down at the bottom. So when the gator's pulling it, I mean, once you let this pole sit in a marsh for a few days, like toward the end of the gator season, you will not get it out by hand. And you can push it in by hand, but that mud, it just makes a suction on it. It gets tight. It's like it's in concrete. You have to get like a little winch system or whatever if you want to. I'll leave the poles because I'll try, but you can't get most of them out the water. They're just stuck like they're in cement. So, and that's how you do those poles for the actual whole gators. The other end of the pole, which I have here, we can show you. These poles here will end up being used to hold the bait above the water, which will show you how this goes. Trim it all like this, all the way down. Last couple. And just like knock that one off. But what you'll do is, okay, say we have that pole planted with the string on it, and you undo the string naturally, and you'll stick this pole in the mud on an angle, all right? And I put little tie wraps and a clothespin right here. So this pole is going to be holding your bait above the water. And what you do is you pinch, secure it to the main pole, but you just run that string out here, and you have a clothespin tied on here, and you just pinch the string. And you set the bait about so high above the water. And when the gator bites, the clothespin, you know, naturally it's just pinching the string. You want the alligator to grab the string, but not hook himself when he grabs it. You want it to just hold it, like you'd like to just throw it in his mouth if you could. But so the clothespin doesn't give him a lot of resistance, where the hook doesn't stick him in the mouth or something. It lets him swallow it. That's the goal. They don't fight as much. They don't move. And you set different depths. I mean, if you know there's a big gator, put the bait kind of high. That alligator will he can get half of his body length out of the water. I mean, if a 6 foot gator wants to get this high, he'll grab it easy. But if you put him like this, you're not going to catch many. They don't want to struggle that much. So I would say on average, I set my bait about 18 inches, you know, maybe this high above the water. If I want to catch a bunch of gators and I'm not as concerned about the size, you know, you set it 6 inches, 8 inches above the water. You will catch more, but what happens is the smaller gators get it before the big gators can come and snatch it. So it's whatever you want to catch. All right, that's it. Just keep doing pole after pole like this till they're done. There's a lot of steps before the gator season actually happens that nobody sees. You know, and that's what we're trying to give y'all a gator hunting 101 from the start. And alligator prices are not what they once were. They're really hardly worth doing. I just bring guys, you know, favors. Try to take a couple wounded warriors every year. You know, bring guys hunting. They bring me hunting. But there's really no profit anymore in an alligator for the skin, the hide. But I've been doing it since the season opened back in 1979, 80 or whatever. I've been either helping people or had my own tags. So it's the culture. Can't get it out of my system. And that's just what we do this time of the year. Yeah, people always ask, you know, that little pole could hold a big gator? Yes, it can. If you plant it down deep enough in the marsh, that string is so deep, you know, the gator's trying to move all the mud, you're not going to pop that. This is a tad small, but the cane reed is a lot stronger than what people give them credit for. Like I said, you could actually tie grass. You could ball up grass on a canal bank or the trenasse, edge of the trenasse, the python grass we call it. You could put it in a good ball about this big and tie that line real good down at the roots, and it would take a really big alligator to pull that out, because, you know, one little blade of grass, so you could pull it out easy. But you get a cluster of them, you know, they have strength in numbers. So these cane poles work pretty good. This one here is going to be one I'm going to use for a top. Get that out of the way. The good one. This is the perfect size to hold a gator. This isn't going anywhere. About probably 1 inch around diameter or so, 1.25 inches maybe, probably. That's a solid cane reed. Nothing's going to pull this out of the water. You can. So we went and cut the cane reeds today, the bamboo, and explained how to tie the lines on, and glad y'all followed along with it. I got some time to film this, but I think y'all see how operation goes. But I appreciate y'all coming along today. And don't forget to go to YouTube, to my YouTube channel, Kip's Gator Track Adventures. We will be using the Gator Tracks. I'm sitting on the spare wheels right now for my bike, the outside wheels. I'll adapt them. We'll use them in the near future. But the gator season is fast approaching. Should be coming here. It's coming Wednesday. We're Friday today. So unless the two storms merge and wipe us out, we'll be taking the gator step one notch farther. We'll go bait the lines, show you how to tie them out there, put the poles down, hang the baits, and hopefully catch some gators. But as I said, please like, share, forward. I'm not a super duper computer guy. Whatever you have to do to get people watch us. I need a tractor sponsor bad the way things are going. Wheels falling off and everything. But I think when people see my equipment, no sponsor is going to want to sponsor. I break everything, and I give a train a flat. One little injury, a minor injury, a little blood on the knuckle, no problem. But thanks for coming along, and we'll let y'all know. We're going to try to release one once a week and see if we can get us a good little following here. I just want to take y'all hunting with me. Just come along and enjoy the trip. Thank you. See you next round. God bless.